Good morning, everyone. On this Wednesday of the 33rd week in Ordinary Time, we're continuing our reading in the second book of Maccabees. We're in chapter 7, verse 1, and then verses 20 through 31. It happened that 7 brothers with their mother were arrested and tortured with whips and scourged by the king to force them to eat pork in violation of God's law. Most admirably and worthy of everlasting remembrance was the mother who saw her 7 sons perish in a single day, yet bore it courageously because of her hope in the Lord. Filled with a noble spirit that stirred her womanly heart with manly courage, she exhorted each of them in the language of their ancestors with these words: I do not know how you came into existence in my womb. It was not I who gave you the breath of life, nor was it I who set in order the elements of which each of you is composed. Therefore, since it is the Creator of the universe who shapes each man's beginning, as he brings about the origin of everything, he in his mercy will give you back both breath and life, because you now disregard yourselves for the sake of his law. Antiochus, suspecting insult in her words, thought he was being ridiculed. As the youngest brother was still alive, the king appealed to him, not with mere words, but with promises on oath, to make him rich and happy if he would abandon his ancestral customs. He would make him his friend and entrust him with high office. When the youth paid no attention to him at all, the king appealed to the mother, urging her to advise her boy to save his life. After he had urged her for a long time, she went through the motions of persuading her son. In derision of the cruel tyrant, she leaned over close to her son and said in their native language, Son, have pity on me, who carried you in the womb for 9 months, nursed you for 3 years, brought you up, educated, and supported you to your present age. I beg you, child, to look at the heavens and the earth and see all that is in them. Then you will know that God did not make them out of existing things. In the same way, the human race came into existence. Do not be afraid of this executor, the one who executes. But be worthy of your brothers and accept death, so that in the time of mercy I may receive you again with them. She had scarcely finished speaking when the youth said, What are you waiting for? I will not obey the king's command. I obey the command of the law given to our fathers through Moses. But you who have contrived every kind of afflictions for the Hebrews will not escape the hands of God. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. Well, we saw in the beginning this week in First Maccabees the whole context of this incredible pressure on people to follow after the gods, the false gods of Greek mythology and all their different gods, and this kind of peer pressure to make sure that they would be part of this movement. And yet we have these shining examples of folks who said no. So we had yesterday Eliezer, who is in his old age, refused to do it. And then you have this woman who has 7 sons. And even the last son refused to go along with this peer pressure. What's really interesting about this mom is very interesting words that she gives to her sons, and especially this one little sentence here. Therefore, since it is the Creator of the universe who shapes each man's beginning, as he brings about the origin of everything, he in his mercy will give you back both breath and life, because you now disregard yourselves for the sake of his law. What's interesting about this is that she's believing in the resurrection. This is going to be very foundational, obviously, for the Pharisees as a group of ones, because they took more than just the first 5 books of the Old Testament, but also for the teachings of Jesus and his whole teaching about the resurrection. That God will give us back breath. We don't really die in the truest sense of the word. We are changed because of the work of Christ. Stay safe, folks. Hopefully we get to see each other soon. Bye for now.